Hello everyone, my name is Clava Blue. Not really, but let's say it is, and move on to WWE Elimination Chamber 2013. And my thoughts and predictions on it. Anyway, let's just jump straight into it, why don't we? The first match I am going to talk about is the pre-show match. The one that can be viewed for free, entirely for free, on WWE's YouTube channel, youtube.com/users/WWE Fan Nation. That's all one word. Anyway, this match is Brodus Clay and Tensai as the newly found tag team against one that disbanded a few weeks ago but will be reuniting for one night only, Team Rhodes Scholars. No one really cares about this match. Okay, that's a bit mean to say, but I will just give out my prediction right away. Team Rhodes Scholars is going to win. Done. Move on to the pay-per-view matches, where the first one I'm going to talk about is the Divas Championship Match. Kaitlyn versus Tamina Snuka. At least I think it's a Divas Championship match. It might just be a regular match. Either way, I'm just going to move on with just my prediction, or who I want to win. I think Kaitlyn is going to win, and I want Kaitlyn to win, because I like Kaitlyn. She seems like a cool person, and that's just awesome. Anyway, move on to the next match, the United States Championship match between the United States Champion, Antonio Cesaro, versus The Miz. So I'll just get straight onto my prediction with this one as well. Who I want to win, and who I think is going to win and become the new United States Champion, The Miz. I believe that The Miz will win because Antonio Cesaro has held the championship for a while, quite some months now, which is quite a big reign, or long reign, more likely, for a United States champion. And I do believe that it's time for it to move on to someone else. Also, The Miz kind of needs something to have on him at the moment, which he doesn't. But yeah, anyway, my prediction, or who I think is going to win, is The Miz. Although that's a pretty hard match for me to decide. I'm trying to switch between the two, but I reckon The Miz is going to win. Anyway, let's move on to the next match, the World Heavyweight Championship match between the World Heavyweight Champion Alberto Del Rio versus The Big Show. And yes, I did stretch out the O at the end on purpose. Okay. So this match it's actually a bit exciting for me because I do watch SmackDown. I know a few of you don't, or a few people that I know don't. And I'm actually liking SmackDown at the moment because it's actually getting into more action than promos for me. It kind of. But anyway, who do I think is going to win? Probably Alberto Del Rio again. Probably just a relist of the previous pay-per-view, the Royal Rumble, where Alberto Del Rio will probably somehow win against The Big Show again and retain his World Heavyweight Championship. However, and don't quote me on this and don't think of it as a prediction, I do have a strong feeling that something at the end might just happen that might just show the world. A few of you might get that, and a few of you won't. But the few that did, they'll know what I'm talking about. But anyway, let's move on to the Elimination Chamber match. Obviously, the match that the pay-per-view is named after, to determine the number one contender for the World Heavyweight Championship, where the winner will go on to face whoever the World Heavyweight Champion is in the main event of Wrestlemania 29. And, okay, first I'll talk about who the participants are, or whatever you want to call them. There is Randy Orton, Jack Swagger, Mark Henry, Kane, Daniel Bryan, and Y2J Chris Jericho, all former world champions themselves. That was one of the stipulations to getting into the chamber. But anyway, the Elimination Chamber is usually always a great match to watch because it's usually pretty fun, pretty entertaining. Might start a few new feuds, maybe a few heel turns, maybe a few face turns. Who knows? I'm hoping for definitely one heel turn, and I know a few other people are. But anyway, let's get on to who I think is going to win this match. And this is quite a hard one to decide, because I'm kind of tossing up between two of them between Randy Orton or Chris Jericho. So, anyway, first I want to say I am glad Jack Swagger's back, and he looks pretty damn good at the moment. Anyway, move on. Randy Orton or Chris Jericho, I am going to throw my prediction on to Chris Jericho. Y2J Chris Jericho, merely for the fact that he's just come back, he's pretty hot at the moment, and I think that he might just win just as a kind of setup for a WrestleMania match that I know some people are looking forward to, or trying, or hoping for, kind of. Anyway, that's that match done. Let's move on to the next one. Okay, so this match, one I'm going to be definitely looking forward to, is actually two, like, all of these people I actually kind of like, except for one of them. John Cena, Ryback, and Sheamus versus The Shield. I'm actually quite looking forward to this match because of how much it is being promoted on Raw. Not so much SmackDown, but definitely on Raw. And it does seem like a very promising match. It looks like there could be some very good and entertaining moments in this match. With some old, well, not old, more veteran wrestlers like John Cena taking on newer guys like, and the new guys like The Shield and Ryback also being there. So yeah, I reckon that should be a very good match. Plus, John Cena's in it, and I like John Cena. He's cool. Even if you don't, I think he's cool. Anyway, sorry. Anyway, my prediction for this match is going to be that John Cena, Ryback, and Sheamus are going to win. I just don't see The Shield winning this match. If they do, good for them. Nice little push for them. Otherwise, I really don't see them winning this match. Just because there wouldn't be any reason for them to win. Even though you can't really see reason for the other team to win. But I just think that this might just be the end of The Shield just to begin with. But yes. Anyway, I just think John Cena, Ryback, and Sheamus are going to win. And let's move on to the main event, the final match of WWE Elimination Chamber 2013. That is the WWE Championship match with the WWE Champion, The Rock. That's right, The Rock is the WWE Champion versus CM Punk. And if Rock gets counted out or disqualified, Punk will win the WWE Championship. Okay, so this is a match a lot of people will be hopefully looking forward to. I'm not sure, because it is kind of just a repeat of a previous match. It's a rematch. It's Rock's rematch in CM Punk's words. Anyway, let's move on. Who do I think is going to win? This is actually quite a tough one, and I really don't mind either one of these guys winning and becoming WWE Champion. Because either of them taking on John Cena at WrestleMania 29 will be a great match in my mind. And I hope so in a lot of other minds. Who do I think is going to win, though? I'm going to say The Rock. Just because The Rock has come back, not for very long. It doesn't seem right for them to hand him the championship for a month and then tell him, just no, we're not going to have you as the champion for WrestleMania. Plus, I still think that there might be a chance, or pretty decent chance, of The Rock taking on John Cena. Which, in order to do that, he has to be the WWE Champion. Whereas a lot of people will be wanting CM Punk to win, and because The Rock is not a real wrestler anymore, or something like that, you guys all have your own opinions. I happen to like The Rock. I like CM Punk too, kind of. I like CM Punk as a heel, because I like not liking him, because that's what heels do. But, yes, I still just reckon that The Rock is going to win, because it just seems more reasonable. But anyway, that's about it for this video. So, yeah, sorry. So anyway, next week, I may or may not, I'm not sure, but I might be doing a review of this pay-per-view, not just by myself, and probably not even on this channel, but on a friend's channel, his name is OzSwanton007, and I will link you to his page right now, and he's a bigger wrestling fan than I am, and I'm willing to admit that, kind of. I'd say we're on different levels, and we do have very different opinions, so if we do a review, you might want to check that out, because that might be worth watching. Anyway, that's about it for this video. Like, comment, subscribe, whatever you like to do, as long as my name's Clava Blue, and I'll see you next time.